My wife became unhinged for absolutely no reason and blew up on our kind landlord. Now we're about to live in a shoebox apartment and it is absolutely her fault. We are renting a 2-bedroom house from an older man, we'll call him Gerard for this. I don't know how to really describe Gerard, but older retired military is the closest. This man has been nothing but kind to us, far more than either one of our parents has been. We live in California and the average rent in our area is around $2,600 for a 2-bedroom. At first, we were a bit skeptical because the house was advertised, but Gerard wanted to meet the tenants personally before anything else. The listing stated $2,500 but was also stated negotiable. We met with Gerard and I don't know if he liked us or felt sorry because we told him our story, but he offered us the place for $1,600. Any problems we have ever had throughout the 6 years one and my wife have lived in the house was fixed within 48 hours. Gerard is the landlord everyone wishes they had. He isn't money hungry and if rent is a bit late he understands as long as you keep him informed. We haven't had an issue with him in 6 years. I have asked him why he is renting the house out to us so cheap and his story broke my heart. He bought the house for his daughter a couple of years before we moved in, but unfortunately, she and her fiancé died in a car crash and he couldn't find the heart to sell it, but also doesn't just want it to stay empty. During COVID when my wife lost her job and I had to take a pay cut, I called him and told him about the situation. I asked if it was possible for us to perhaps pay a couple of $100 less in rent and then I would pay everything back once COVID stopped. He came over and talked to me and my wife. After 2 hours of talking, he said that he would forgive half our rent until the whole COVID thing is done and then we can just go back to the original contract. I can't describe how happy I was. I thanked him with tears in my eyes. With the $700 saved on rent we were able to keep our head above water during that crisis. Above it the kind of man Gerard is. My wife is currently 5 months pregnant. Gerard had some health scares so we haven't seen him for the last 6 months. He came over the day before yesterday to tell us he is healthy again and will again take up the care responsibility, so if anything is needed give him a call. He saw my wife and obviously the belly and asked how far along she was. We told him and he just had this smile from ear to ear and said congratulations. Before he walked off he said kids are expensive, so as a baby gift from me, let's make the rent an even $1,000 until the baby is born. I have no idea why, but for some reason, this set my wife off completely. She started yelling at Gerard, calling him an old man that is looking down on us and that he can take his useless gift and shove it up his butt. She was yelling for like 3 minutes and every time I tried to stop her she would just get louder and louder. I don't know what got into my wife, but at the end of her rant, she said if you want to gift us something for our baby you should not let us pay rent at all, you stupid effing old man, that is what you call a gift. Gerard took everything she said and didn't say a word back, his face just went from happy to completely emotionless. After my wife was done he just left. I blew up on my wife and asked her what the F she was thinking as Gerard never did anything wrong to us. She just started to cry and refused to talk to me the rest of the night. Every time I brought it up she would start crying, but I caught on to the crocodile tears and told her to just stop because I wanted an explanation. Yesterday morning before I left for work I told her she better be ready because ready or not when I got home we would talk about what happened and I would not accept her fake tears. I got a text from Gerard telling me we have to talk. He asked to meet at the house at 5 and I agreed. We met up at the house and he asked to come in. We sat in the living room and he asked if my wife could join us and she did. He didn't ask why, or what happened. All he did was lay out what would be happening going forward. He said the gift will no longer be happening and he will expect the full rent at the end of the month. No excuses. He said the rent will stay $1,600 until our lease is up for renewal, which is ending this year, and when the lease is over we are more than welcome to renew, then he will be charging us the market rate for the house. That is more than a $1,000 increase. I tried to talk to him but he refused to listen and then just walked out of the house. My wife was white as a ghost in the coach and stammered what are we going to do because she knew a $1,000 increase and the rent would lead us back to living paycheck to paycheck. My paycheck is enough to cover literally every single bill until my promotion in 14 months. I blew up and told her this poop is her doing. She asked me to run after Gerard and talk or to call him and try and talk to him, but Gerard is refusing. The only message I got back was please contact me if it has something to do with the house, not for any personal matters, as our relationship will only be strictly landlord and tenant, that is it. My wife is frantically trying to call Gerard and apologize but he isn't answering her calls. She knows her part-time job paycheck might not be enough and I told her we will need to downsize. She is not happy. I am not happy with my wife at all and she is calling me an a-hole because I'm mad at her. $1,000 doesn't sound like a lot for some, but for me, it is a lot of money. My wife's paycheck would not have been touched for rent or anything, but now it has to, as I told her she will cover the $1,000 if she wants to stay in this house, as I refuse to take up longer hours or more shifts. She is devastated because her part-time job salary might not be enough and she will have to go back to full-time work. Edit. I have asked my wife if Gerard has done something or said something to her that caused her reaction to him wanting to give it as a gift, and she in tears told me no but can't or won't give me a reason. To me, in my mind, I took what she said at face value and I believe that she thinks Gerard was looking down on us, as she said when he made the offer. More info. I know this sounds crappy of me, but I am more sure that Gerard hasn't slept with my wife than I am that my wife has never cheated on me. I have never met a man more set on morals and principles. He still wears his wedding ring even though his wife has been dead for more than 10 years. When I asked him about a woman or girlfriend in his life he said no. His wife is waiting for him and he will not disappoint her.